is Marcus, and welcome back to the channel. Throughout pivotal moments in my life, we have seen numerous remakes of video games and movies from the 90s that played an instrumental core aspect of masking me from the nerdy child that I was into the nerdy adult that I am today. Never in 1,000 years would I think that they would remake The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time again. Of course, we have the 3DS remake. I played through that. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, for me, that was my core introduction to the Zelda franchise. I mentioned numerous times on this channel that I was introduced to Link through the Super Smash Bros. Franchise. And through that game, I ended up giving the Zelda and Ocarina of Time a try and instantly fell in love with it and have essentially played every 3D Zelda title since. 30 years later, I'm pretty sure, 25, no, pretty sure it's 30 years later, man. Ocarina of Time came out in 98. Well, I guess maybe about 25, 27 years later. So we're getting a fully realized Zelda Ocarina of Time remake for the Nintendo Switch 2. And today I want to react to the trailer for y'all. So let's get right to it, man. I am so excited. I cannot believe this is happening. This is insane. First of all,
long ago,
can we just talk about
a land called
music?
Hyrule, created by beings of supreme divinity.
Oh, man,
at the very edge of this kingdom, there lay a small
I wonder if
forest.
that's the great Deco tree talking. It's gotta be, right?
Within it, an ancient solitary tree quietly watched over the inhabitants of the forest.
I wonder if he's talking about himself, or I wonder if this is just a narration from somebody
These
else.
forest dwellers were called the Kokiri.
The cork.
Each had a fairy companion, and they lived out their innocent lives in these
There was a
woods.
little boy that did not have a fairy. Oh, yeah.
However, there was
It's so
one
nostalgic,
particular
man.
boy
Dude, this takes me right back. Dude, the music here.
who did not have a fairy.
That's so cool, man. It looks like they're going all in. They're going all in, man. Oh, yeah. I wonder if this is actual gameplay here, or if this is more of a cinematic. Oh, nice. So cool. Got the Triforce curves there already materializing. Let's go, man. From the music to the graphics that we're looking at right there. I kind of thought they would maybe go with the Twilight Princess more realistic look. 2026, okay, that's good to know. So I find it really cool that they're kind of incorporating both styles, at least from this short little trailer. It looks to me like they're incorporating both art styles from Tears of the Kingdom and Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker, just kind of, and Twilight Princess for that matter, kind of to infuse it into a kind of reminds me of a more anime style as well. So very, very excited to see where they take it. I am curious if it's going to be like a one-to-one remake, or if it's going to, are they going to add dungeons? Are they going to add quests? Are they going to add like extra, challenges or whatnot? Have like the normal play style? Are they going to have Wiimote functions where it's like motion controlled with the sword? Or is it going to be just strictly to that Nintendo 64 controller style? I'm so curious on what kind of facets they're going to add. Are they going to add Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild elements to it? Are they going to expand Hyrule, to get more side quests out of the adventure? Or is Hyrule Field going to be a one-to-one? You got Zoro's Domain, you got Death Mountain, you got Korki Forest, you got Kakarot Village, you got Ganon Tower, and that's your main, base for where all of your dungeons are going to be located. So I'm very curious if they're going to, find a way to incorporate maybe like the future, Zelda, kind of like the zoning. Are they going to incorporate the zoning now into Ocarina of Time to kind of expand the lore again? Or is it going to be like a strictly one-to-one representation of the game that we played in 1998 for the Nintendo 64? So Yes, I don't know. I'm very curious. This is an instant buy for me. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm curious. I'm sure we're gonna get some new amiibos for this as well. I'd be fascinated to see, are they gonna make action figures for this as well? Huh? You know, I know it's it's so much, what ifs here, man. I'm very excited to see where they take this for sure. It's so cool, man. It really is. What about voice acting? Is this going to be a fully voice acted AAA title? I'd be shocked if it's not. I mean, and not even just the cutscenes, man. I want to see all the townsfolk talk. I want to hear all the NPCs have some voice prompts. I want to hear some different voice prompts as well. Like, what would Link's response be to the mail guy? Like, you got any mail for me? Or do you want it? Nah. And the mail guy be like, oh, okay. I don't know. I kind of want some updated, kind of natural 2026 RPG elements added to this as well. Like I said, I don't want just a one-to-one representation of the game. I want an Ocarina of Time expansion pack. Kind of just, take the core foundation of the game and just bring it up to 2026 standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, I played the original Ocarina of Time enough times on Nintendo 64 and 3DS, for that matter, to know that, hey, this needs to be a little bit more. This needs to be an expanded upon nature and story, upon level design, upon graphic models, of course, voice work as well. This is definitely this is technically the greatest game of all time, and it should be reflected upon as such. So I'm very, very intrigued to see what Nintendo decides to do with it on a full-scale level. And probably more so than anything else, the music. I fully expect every piece of music from this game, whether it be just the smallest menu select screen to just the dialogue screen, you just talking to somebody, to the roaming Hyrule Field music, to the temple music, and the most intense musical pieces in the entire game. I expect every single one of them to be fully orchestrated, no questions asked. I feel like more so than anything else, the music from Ocarina of Time is the most important aspect of them. I fully expect to have a replicated real-time Ocarina be played throughout the majority of this journey, not just sounds that's poetic to the Nintendo 64, but I want a fully realized Ocarina sound waves to be represented when Link is playing the Ocarina to enforce the time constraints within the Ocarina of Time. So we gotta have it, man. That's all it is to it. It's funny. I would still say God of War Laufey is still my number one most anticipated game currently. I'm still very excited about Star Fox, the remake in 64. I'm still very excited about Wolverine. But if I had to put the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake, I would definitely put that number 2 right underneath God of War Laufey. This is an absolute must-have for me. I cannot wait to sink my teeth into it. I'm so grateful for Nintendo, Shigeru Miyamoto and squad for giving us this experience. I cannot wait to just saddle up with Link and Zelda once again to take down Ganondorf. I'm so excited, man. I cannot wait to give this new remake a try of the greatest game of all time. So very excited, man. Now, if you're still here with me, I got a little extra tidbit for all my theme park enthusiasts out there. You guys know I take my family to Disney World, Universal Studios, Epic Universe a few times a year. Now's the time to make your announcement for Super Nintendo World's Legend of Zelda expansion at Super Nintendo World. Either that, or we need to announce the Legend of Zelda expansion to Poseidon's Fury at Islands of Adventure. It's time, man. We have the movie coming. We have the remake to Ocarina of Time coming to kind of give us that trifecta. We have 2 pieces of the Triforce. We got the movie. We got the remake of Ocarina of Time. It's time to give us a trifecta. We need to go ahead and get that announcement. That's terrible. Wah, wah. We need to go ahead and get that announcement to Epic Universe or Islands of Adventure, a Legend of Zelda expansion. And I have a pretty good feeling that the area is going to be based off the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Because as many Zeldas as we've gotten over the years, I would still say more so than Tears of the Kingdom, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild, Twilight Princess, I still say Ocarina of Time is the most iconic The Legend of Zelda of all time. You know, when even most casual people think of Zelda, they think of Ocarina of Time. I mean, that's all there's to it. That's how most people, even to this day, picture Link from 1998. The boy that had no fairy, he's got elf fairies, but he turned out to be a Hylian that was destined to save the world from the King of Darkness, Ganondorf. That's where we need to be at for sure. And with that, we'll end it there, man. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support, especially if you're a Zelda fan. Hopefully, you're already subscribed. If you're not, you know what to do, man. I have been a Zelda fan since the 90s. It is an essential core part of my childhood. It has been an essential core part of my life ever since, and I have no plans of stopping anytime soon. So if you're interested in this type of content, we definitely follow all the news that hits the Zelda video games, movies, and theme parks. Any kind of news that's going to hit this franchise, I will be covering it 1000%. So make sure you get subscribed, man. You can follow me at youtube.com/martech79. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, my friends, thank you guys for the years of support, and I will see y'all on the next one. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.